Welcome back to our cruise vlog, day 2. We were cruising with Royal Caribbean. It was a 4-day cruise and we were heading to the Bahamas. So this was officially our first full day on the cruise. It was supposed to be a sea day, but because the hurricane was heading towards the first island that we were visiting on a Wednesday, they ended up switching it to Tuesday. But because we thought it was going to be a sea day, my boyfriend and I booked a cupcake decorating class, which we thought would be fun, and we headed there before we got off the ship, but they told us that they had rescheduled it to 3:30, but it ended up not being the case, and it was the following day at 10 a.m. So we were able to leave the boat and just kind of explore Nassau. I always get confused how to say that, but the island was so beautiful and we had so much fun just like shopping around and looking at everything and like kind of comparing prices and just kind of just walking around. It was so much fun. Like, I was so high on life, it's not even funny. I just love exploring. I think that's what just brings me so much happiness. And these coconut purses were way too cute. And then I found this souvenir that had my name on it, but they always spelled my name wrong, but I thought it was really cute. And then we saw people trying these cakes. They had like samples of these cakes, and when I tell you guys, it was so good and such a moist cake. I was like, you're coming home with me. I almost bought the wrong one though, so that would have sucked. I almost bought the chocolate one, but it was called the hurricane one, which we thought was ironic. It was just me just like vibing. One of the shops had like really good music, and I was like, what's going on right now? They're like so many throwbacks right now. It was so good. And then we ended up going to a restaurant. We decided to eat lunch on the island before we headed back to the ship, and the food was really, really delicious, especially the dessert. But something interesting, kind of cray, happened while we were there. I was telling our waitress, because the waitress was telling us, like, even when we first got there, that this like guava dessert that they had was so delicious and that everyone loves it. And we were like, oh yeah, that's the dessert. We were like, yeah, we'll definitely get that. And so we tried it and we are like, oh my god, like this dessert was like amazing. And I told her, I was like, I'm Dominican, like we have guava desserts, but like nothing like this. Like this was like out of this world. And this guy that was sitting next to my boyfriend and I with his wife was like, oh, that one over there is Dominican, better her than me. When I tell you I was like flabbergasted, I was like, why would he say something like that? It was just like so crazy that people just feel so comfortable saying things like that and just like openly being, the R word. Like, it's just crazy. I was just like, I don't know. I was flabbergasted, to say the least. Anyways, we ended up getting back on the boat and we were watching the Sexiest Man competition, which was really fun to watch. And then we went to the hot tub and got a couple of drinks. And we got a couple of snacks before dinner just because our dinner reservations are so late. That was us getting ready for dinner. Then we went to dinner, and after dinner we kind of just went out and explored the ship, and we found ourselves sitting outside on the deck, which was really nice. And then we went to a Crazy Quest show, and we also went to like a couples game show. We went to both. It was back to back. The Crazy Quest show was so crazy and it was so entertaining. It was so funny. I literally could not stop laughing. Then we went to like this little arcade area that they had, and then we went to the casino. I had a little drinky drink, and then we got some pizza and went back to our room, and we ended the night on our balcony just relaxing and taking in the ocean.